Hello, my name is Vijaya Tamang and this is my production project for level 6. It is titled Magical Adventure, a 2D role-playing game. It is built in Unity using CSOP scripts. So I'll be starting this by telling about the functionalities and features. So I can tell it easily by looking at the functional and non-functional requirements. So for my functionalities and features, we have the player character. It is able to move in all four directions. It can perform both melee and ranged attack. It has HP system with physical indicator. So yeah, we can see it over here. We can view the EXP as well. And it also has base stats which can be viewed from the stats UI. It's right here. And it also updates in real time upon skill tree progression. We'll get to the skill tree soon. And the player also animates correctly the movement, idle, chasing, and attacking, everything. uh, it animates. Sorry, that was for enemy. Here, the player animation. The shoot is for ranged attack, slash is for melee. And then player also responds upon health depletion. It does that. And the save and load also works automatically, and the player UI also displays everything, currency, active quest, and all. And now for the skill tree and progression. There is a UI accessible to player during the gameplay for the skill tree, and all skills have correct allocation, and it has skill points that is visible in the skill tree. And the skill tree also indicates if a skill is locked or not. And the player is able to earn skill points through defeating enemies and by leveling up. And we can also assign those skill points in the skill tree. And each skill tree also has a prerequisite that is enforced, a chain that is enforced. So basically, here we can see. So we can see the locked and unlocked. And for the chain, what I mean by it is, for example, let's go to one of the skills. So here it has prerequisite. So to unlock this, we need to unlock this one, and vice versa, and the chain just goes on. And we also have available skill points, and we have each skills assigned to it. So we have assigned the skills in scriptable objects, skills scriptable object. And now for enemy character. So yeah, enemy also has idle, chase, and attack state, and also a returning state for enemies specially. And enemy is present in a defined area when the player is outside the attackable range, and enemy does chase the player when it is inside the attackable range, and the animation also corresponds properly. Enemy also has health points and it is defeatable through combat, and killing it grants EXP and XP and skill points. And it also respawns after a certain delay. We can set its respawn time, and it fires very correctly. So we can check it on the enemy over here. So let's check it over here. Here we have it. We have the enemy animation, animator. We have its movement, we have its attack, all the stats that it needs. And it also, yeah, we can assign its health, and we can assign its respawn time. So for this I have set 10 just for the testing. And now for the quest. The game has implemented a quest system, a chain quest system. When completing one quest automatically unlocks the next, and it can be tracked through the quest log. We can access it in the UI, and yeah, it is serialized to the save file, and it is fully restored on load. And quest also grants players with rewards, items, and currency, and NPC dialogues also changes according to the quest. And so to view the quest log, it is right here. Here it is the quest slot. We can see the quest information over here. We can accept and decline. We can access it through the menu also. or we can go over here. So there is a scene. Let's go to here. Either we can assess this from here or from here by interacting it over here. Okay, so now for the NPC dialogues and other NPC. NPC does have branching dialogues when the player interacts with them, and it also reflects on the current quest. And dialogue panels are also in the dialogue panel. We can see the NPC name and their portrait also, and there are also tutorial NPC, and it is accessible to the player from the start. And there are some non-interactable NPCs, like for me I've added sheeps over here. So for the NPCs, we have chain quest dialogues, which is over here. We have created scriptable objects for dialogues also, and for NPC too. And now for the shop and inventory system. In the game, there is a shop and inventory system where you can purchase items, and it updates the currency in real time. It gets deducted quite correctly, actually correctly. And in the inventory, we can store collected or purchase items, but it does have a capacity of 10, but we can use it or drop the item. And it does persist across save and load cycles. And items that are in the world, which we can pick up, they do have a respawn time assigned to them. So here, it has respawn time. And now for the save and load system. So it does save all the critical player state and persistent file. It includes HP, goes for gas, inventory, and currency. The game also automatically saves upon exit, and loading the game also automatically loads the most recent saved point. The game also provides an exit menu in the UI, and there is a main menu which you can toggle. So let's check over here. So this is the menu bar. So when we click this, it toggles this menu where you can see the stats, skill, quest, and we can also exit. And when we click on exit, we have the option to exit or cancel. So that is for the functions and features. Now on the implementation, work implementation, we can see over here. So for me, I used agile methodology, sorry, so that I can see the bugs, I can catch the bugs on every steps, so that it is easier for me to build everything in the game. And now when moving on to the project planning. So when we go to the project planning, here I have installed every required tools, every assets. For the assets, I downloaded from itch.io. Those are royalty free assets. And here I just planned everything that is needed, the story and character and everything. So for the story, I decided to make it more educational. And here, then we implemented. It was planned, but then we did not. We did not start in the correct time, so time management was a bit off. But then luckily we managed to. But luckily we managed to complete the game in time. So it was planned to build the character, its basic controls and its animation, the first enemy character, and then we enhanced it by adding a few more animations in the map. And then we designed all the health bar, all the UI elements, and then we completed the map, the tile maps and everything. And for the quest, we also implemented the quest over here, where we created NPCs and dialogue systems also, and then we added the chain quest and the boss. And then finally we added the save and load options in the final polish, and then fixed a few bugs, and moving on to the documentation and delivery. So for the key features of the project, I will first want to show that there is a two different tile palettes. There is animated tile palettes and there is a normal tile palettes which I used. And for the save and load function, I used it's all in the scripting in the game manager where we can load and save, and there's a different script for saving player data also. This is the player save data and this is the player save system. And we have a different scripts for character, we have a different script for enemy, we have inventory and shop also. So for the inventory we have created item scriptable objects and we have created items, and then we have two shopkeepers, sorry, and there is a shop. And then for the location, so location is actually built for the quest, so that when we enter a location, it can trigger so that the quest can know that we moved into that location. And for that I have created location scriptable objects so that we can create those places where we put the trigger. And then we have NPC scripts, and NPC has four different states, which is idle, talk, patrol, and wander. And this is for the NPC. And we have also created a scriptable object to create NPC, which is actor SO. And then for the dialogues also we have created a scriptable objects where we store all our dialogues, and these are the scripts for the dialogues also. And now for the quest, there is also a scriptable object for quest too. Scriptable object does make things a bit more easier in this whole project. And this is everything, every scripts that is added for the quest system. And then for the skill tree, we have also created scriptable object for skills also, where we manage all the skills, and then skill tree manager where we allocate everything in the skill tree. And then we have tile map. So for the tile map scripts, it is basically so that it has a trigger once we enter the elevation. It sets the player in such a way that it renders above, so that the player doesn't look off and that it can actually look like we are on an elevation. And then the collider also works the similar way. And then we have the UI manager where we control all the UI. So these are all the key features of the project. And now let's move on to the game. So we can play the game from here also, from this menu, but I prefer to play from the build. So I have created a build over here, the same build from here. Once we open it, we can play the game. So here we can see that we can move freely. The animation works quite perfect. Right now we cannot attack because we need to unlock it from the skill tree, which we can get the information from this tutorial NPC. Here we can talk to the NPC. Tell me. Okay, now we can say thank you and you can go. But then, so this is how the dialogue works. So after we finished our first dialogues, it unlocks the second one. So now here it gives everything, all the three options. I can say never mind, and then I can go because I already know what to do. So we can, this is the skill tree, this is skill point assigned to it. So here now I can attack because I have unlocked it. So here is the attack, and we can move around the map. And this is the shopkeeper. Here it plays the animation on the side, and once we hover on the items we can see the item stats also. Now we can see the stats, and then we can also talk to the NPC. So now we can talk. How soon? We can just, alright, after we talking to the NPC we can trigger a quest over here. See, he says that we spoke to him, and then here he gives us a quest and we can accept it, and then we can view the quest over here. So it tells us to collect 5 round pumpkins, which is perfect because here we can pick up the items also from the map. We can also drop the items like this. For now let's pick it up. So, and we can also see the quest progression. See, now here we can see the quest progression. One more pumpkin is over here. Alright, now let's go to the NPC where you can turn in the quest. Yep, now he knows that we completed the quest, so now you can simple as that. And here, the quest is complete. The dialogue chain is also complete, and we receive the XP and the gold. Now, after completing the quest, he knows. He sees that, oh, you found K. So it works perfectly. Of course, it did. And now, after that, now we can check the enemy also. Here in the enemy, it starts chasing, and once we run far away, it starts to return. But now we want to test the attacking. It has knockback and stun effect also. So let's kill it. Now after killing it, it gives us XP instantly. And we also got skill point from the quest and from the NPC. From the quest and the enemy, sorry. Oops. Here. Now signing the skill points, we can see that it grants HP. It has different stats. So this one gives us health, this one gives us steal, speed, sorry, damage, attack, speed, and stun. So it gives us health, which is quite perfect. And now let's drop this item. And now we can see from the shop, let's buy this one. Or let's say, okay, let's buy this one. It works perfectly. The currency is deducted correctly. And now let's try to see the stats. This is the stats, and then we can also exit. We can exit the game, and then let's reopen it to see if it works correctly. Yup, and it works correctly. Everything is in place. Let's take the dialogues. Yup, it plays the default dialogues. And then the main step is, yes, talking to him also no longer gives us the quest anymore. And now we can also complete other quests also. He says, he gives us another quest, and because we just completed that quest over here, this is how the chain quest works. So now go down the hills. This is where the location trigger hits, and we have to collect the mushroom. We already have a mushroom right now, so let's go down. Let's see, the quest is complete. Now we can go and talk to him so that we can turn in the quest. Yep, everything works perfectly. Here it dropped because we could not, because the inventory capacity was full. And now let's check the enemy respawn time. Oh yeah, it does respawn correctly, and these are the non-interactable NPCs. We can see them wander over here. So this one stops when we go close to it, but once we move away, it goes back to wander. So this one also wanders, and here we can view quests from this also, and it gives us some quests also. We can accept it, and it gives us like daily quests. We can assign a few quests like that. And here we added the NPC. This one has idle, I think, or wander. This one has wander state. This one is in patrol state, where you just patrols this area. This one is in idle, and this one is in wander, so it wanders around this area. And this ship has an idle, so there is two shopkeepers. This shopkeepers has different items. It is a whole different shopkeeper ID. And here is the main boss, and the main boss that we can fight later on, so that we can complete the chain quest. And then yeah, we can also add a bit more to the game on the future. For example, like we can change scenes also. We can change, for example, as if, for example, we move on from here. Let's say there's a secret portal, and once we enter the portal, we can go to a different scene. And then we can also add like better elements. Also we can add more sprites, we can add more animations. Maybe we could add more animation. Oh yeah, there is animation when we pick up items also. And then for NPC also, yeah, I forgot to mention that NPC, when we talk to the NPC, we can see the NPC name and portrait over here. And after we talked everything, we can exhaust all the dialogues also. It's gone to its default state. And there are enemies around the map too. One over here, one over there, and the big one is over here. And yeah, it is stronger also. So thank you. The whole purpose of this project was to make education and learning more fun through games like this. These role-playing games, we have to read some stories and quests, and while reading the stories and quests, we can take advantage of it and learn a bit more. We can learn much more than what we think we are, because it is a subconscious mind that is learning through entertainment. So thank you. This is the end of my demonstration video.